So, it's Friday afternoon. We finish work early on Fridays if we're lucky. And it's not raining. It's a pretty gloomy day, but it's not raining. And there's actually not much wind. But I thought I'd go for a sail. And it's actually one of the first times this year, crazy as it is, that I've actually been out to go for a sail on my own in Daffy, just to enjoy bobbing around on the water. But there isn't much wind. I'm hoping as I get downwind and this becomes a bit more of a fetch, because the tide's going out, the apparent might make it actually pleasantly sailable. Don't know how I'm going to get back there against the tide, but it's got a lot of north in it, which on our river doesn't give you many options to kind of enjoy your sail, so to speak. Because it's, well, say enjoy yourself, that's not fair. The river basically goes east-west, and with a lot of north in it, you're just going up and down, and in this particular leg, I'm going downwind. Not much you can do in like 4 or 5 knots. But we're moving. Pick it up. Crikey. Doesn't feel like it, but the wind instrument says 9 knots. It's gone a bit more to the east. As your guess makes sense, we're getting out of the lee of all these buildings that you probably and the trees that you can't see behind me, but a bit of an effect. So could turn out nice after all. So I was right, the apparent's picking up. I'll check the instruments, which are behind the wheel in that stupid position that boats on with wheels have their instruments. Yeah, 4.7 knots across the water now, which, given there's at least a knot of tide, means we're doing 3 knots. Apparent wind's 9 knots. Log doesn't work, so I don't know what the true wind is from that, but I'm guessing it's 5 or 6 knots, which would kind of be in keeping with the forecast. So could be just enough to have a pleasant sail. The boat, of course, hasn't been scrubbed off in a month, 6 weeks, and our river suffers particularly badly with fouling, so I don't imagine it's going to go upwind that well. But fortunately, this is all going to be reaching and fetching, so it won't be a problem. Also, fortunately, probably won't have to tack too much, which is the one big pain with this jib. Yeah, scrub that. We did have to do some tacking, but then that's good, because you can get to see how easy, or not, as the case may be, it is to tack a genoa Sun Odyssey 34.2. This is where 2 inches is a bit of a pain. Fortunately, the kicker is on the winch that's not being used. If it was on the winch that's being used, I'd have had to swap the jib sheet over, sort the kicker out and then go back, which is a bit of a faff. Got a tug coming down the river, which is means I've got to move over a bit. Why do people have wheels? Such a pain reaching any controls. I guess if you just sail at sea and you don't have to worry about all this changing direction stuff, you could put up with it. Sure how much this is going to come out on the track, on the film, but you see the sail track, you can see how much we're going sideways. That's a combination of a fouled up boat and a small keel. But because the tide's going out, I am going upwind. The tacking is so painful though, I'm not sure, and the trouble is, because the boat wants to go sideways, the keel doesn't dig in. When you come out of the tack, especially when you're on your own, you can't sheet everything in instantly. The wind grabs the sails and just kind of the drag pulls you sideways before you can generate any drive out of it, which is a bit frustrating. Anyway, I've got to tack again now, so you get to watch it again. that was the best one yet. Maybe I'm getting the hang of it. You go into it too quickly and you can't do everything in time, and you go into it too slowly and you lose too much speed, which is all fairly basic sailing stuff, but still harder when you're on your own, find that balance. Fortunately, of course, I'm on flat water here in moderate wind. There's a little bit of a breeze here now. I've got probably 10 knots, so the apparent's up to sort of 14. I do give the boat a hard time, but one thing I must admit to with a wheel is you can just leave it alone. You could leave Seahorse alone as well, but that was because it was A, very well balanced, and B, because there was a little bit of drag in the tiller from the way the altar helm was attached. But the rudder is very nicely balanced on this. But she does sail nicely in her way. You can't race it, but like I say, it'll come no surprise to anyone, but it's a cruising boat. And if you think of it as a cruising boat, it's actually quite pleasant. It's got a nice motion. It's nice and big and stable. All the controls work. Helm feels nice. Sails quite well. On such a gloomy day, the one bit of sun is on that island. Anyway, just when I was starting to enjoy it, it's getting even more gloomy than it was, and it's starting to rain. So I'm going to put the cameras away and enjoy the rest of this sail under a hood and say goodbye for now. So thanks for watching. This is Ian, sailing with the Foxwell family. Next week you'll probably get the last race in the Burton Cup series, and then I go dinghy racing.